You on? We on?
Let me see. Who is that?
Can y'all hear us?
No, it's not wrong. You're right, man.
Can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear us? Have something in the chat. If you can hear us. Hear us. Can y'all hear us? You can have something in the chat. Okay, we back in, back in. So our first guest, he's going to let you guys know how you can contact him. So come on, Mr. Jones.
Yes, once again, thank you for having me. My name is John Jones III. You can contact me at my cell number is the code 510-459-9014. The office is located 9006 MacArthur Boulevard in DP Soakland. Once again, I work for BOSS, which is Building Opportunities for Self-Sufficiency.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I think there's a here, my little brother, Daryle. So we thank you for coming. I appreciate the dialogue. I know everybody's excited. I hate that it did what it did, but that's what happens when we got this internet stuff. That's the meat of what we needed to get out. I believe that people receive that information, and I appreciate you, and I'll be calling you back.
Likewise. And remember, people, the children. So we gotta sow positivity into young people and not judgment. Let them be who they are because they live in a world like Pac said they didn't create. We made the world for them. So.
All right. On that note, okay. Yeah. Pandemic. I'm gonna let them down so we can hand them.
All right, brother. All right. See you in the morning.
So we just transitioning right now. So how you doing today?
I'm blessed. Thank you. Yourself, how you doing?
I'm doing great. So could you introduce yourself? Let the people know who's in the studio.
Well, in the building you have Daryle Allums Senior. That's my government name. Switch over here.
Yeah, switch over this.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, my Daryle Allums Senior, my government name, aka D Mayor T Purple DP Soaking Streets in the Bay Area.
Okay, so most of you guys, if you don't know, you should know Daryle. He is a major community activist. He deals with not just the violence in the streets, he deals with runaways, he deals with all homelessness, whatever's going on in our community, he has his hands in it. He has several organizations that focus on different things. So I called him to the table because my first guest, we talked about a lot of the work as violence interrupters and the resources that's available for them. Daryle works with homicide families. Like I say, he works with those who are being sex trafficked. He worked with runaways. He worked with a different aspect of this community work. He's a giant in the field. He's very connected to the streets. So I just want you to tell them a little bit about the work that you do.
First and foremost, thank you for inviting me. This weekend is my baby, Jamaica Village. Unfortunately, my niece and nephew Memorial Weekend was so Pearl Pin missing. Kids See, these my street, right? As more started off on the corner and, with a couple street signs, yelling and screaming with my big mouth. You know what I'm saying? But the seed was planted a couple years prior to that, where I go to Word of City Family and Churches, about ministry outside church walls. So the seed was planted in by taking the church to the streets, right? Because everybody don't come to the street. You know what I'm saying, I mean, to the church. Everybody, like, maybe might be traumatized from the past or how the church treated them, or just whatever their experience with the church is, so they don't come to the church. And when I started ministry, right, what occurred was I used to trick the church. So now you're getting ready to get a knowledge or a sales speech or whatever. Her name's like, man, I'm that. 16 low one. So in 2017, we started looking for missing children. It was a missing girl named Larissa Oliver. She was at that time, I think, 15 or 16 years old, and she had been missing for like 8 months. You know, I seen this in Chicago, Lamar, women on some court. That's the name, Limerick Court, and he a powerful activist out there in Chicago. And he was out there with his crew, about 3 people. They had flashlights. They and I'm like, man, it's powerful. They looking for this little black little year old girl. So right, girl. And I was like, wow. So somebody had tapped in. We started doing this that time. We done brought back over 80. Safely returned, and Oakland Frontline Healers became in existence when the pandemic hit, right? Advocate Village couldn't do it on their own. They say shelter in place. We out here in the streets still trying to serve our community, right? So we stayed in the streets and played. And it was like, we ain't got no face masks, we got no hand sanitizer. I went to the doctor. I'm a lupus survivor, right? And the only person this in the end of April, when the pandemic first hit, the only person having a face mask was Dr. Watson. I'm like, what's going on? Is it a shortage, or if you did what? If we can't get them? He like, man, it's a priority for the hospitals only. I'm like, man, we gonna die out here. Talking about the black people. So I organized like 28 black organizations. Dr. Anna, Dr. Watson, and Shaw, and some created the Oakland Frontline Healers, and we demanded face masks. That was the first thing we did. And hiring kids. Then we partnership with Dr. Rose from UCSF, Emoji, Oakland, and was on all weekend. You know, we got to get our community. I'm going to feel all the way to High Street in the hood. A lot of people come outside. They scared of the pandemic. They don't know where to go. If we come on the corner to get some barbecue going, get some free groceries and some free PPE, and let them know we're doing free testing. And if you do test positive, we able to do some case management and support groceries and some other resources. I think they'll like that, right? So that's where the Oakland Frontline Healers came in from. So yes, since 2016, we've been down here doing this work on the front line, just trying to support the best we. I'm a man. Last year. Exactly, decided to coach. whole ward to
Oh
do with
yeah,
highway
because that's
patrol.
how it's
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a
whole
whole
different
different,
yeah.
whole different ball. So I'm supporting the family advocate and stuff. Now I have to fight for myself, right? So it's a whole different ball game. But I thank God that He gave me the strength to do this work.
Because a lot of the stuff that has happened outside of the limited resources of organizations nothing prepared. So with the mass, the stuff, even with um, we do the bare minimum service, funeral, whatever. But a lot of people don't understand that the life after happens after death. A lot of times that's when other because going through those stages of grief, the reality don't really kick in. Doing the funeral and all of that because you what is one of your what do you like best?
Um, to return that child home, or that person home, and to see the expression on the family face and up, right? You know what I mean? Or come through in the clutch. That 48 hours before you got to pay for that funeral, and we like 7,000. Yeah. I had to call like about 50,000 people and did some emails and some like Facebook Live, did some fundraiser apartments. Came up with for the child. Let's get y'all home, right? A lot of time I don't expose if you're dealing with human trafficking, because if I do, get to that look, right? That's a parent problem. I don't care. It ain't mine, right? But yeah, just to see that family face, and then also with my kids, when they say, and I was at school, man, my partner was talking about, man, he saw you on live, he was drinking or something, and he saw you in the news like that, like, and like, man, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's just appreciation in their own way. That I know my kids, like my dad doing something. Because they seen the old dad, right? You know what I mean? They see that, right?
And that's why me and how I passed,